Hey everybody, this is Travis Couture, your state representative here in the 35th Legislative District, proudly serving all of Mason and parts of Kitsap and Thurston counties. I just want to thank you for subscribing to my email updates so I can help try to keep you informed this legislative session. It's the long legislative session, which happens in all the odd-numbered years. It started just a couple weeks ago now on January 13th, and we saw a host of new elected officials, either statewide or House reps or senators in the first week, and we heard some kind of beginning speeches from our new governor and others about priorities going forward this session. And I'm just so proud to represent you here in Olympia. We got a lot of work to do. So let's start off by talking about the financial situation here in the state of Washington. Right now, the state of Washington faces somewhere between a $7 and $10 billion budget deficit. This is not because we don't have enough revenue, it's because we have a spending problem here in Olympia. And as the new ranking member on the House Appropriations Committee, I am the Republican budget lead, tasked with finding all the ways that we should cut state government to prevent Democrats from raising your taxes. And of course, we've already seen in the first 2 weeks here a host of new tax increases, including a potential 3% increase to your property taxes, unrealized capital gains taxes, even taxes on ammunition and business and occupation. We can't keep fixing and bailing out negligent budgeting and reckless spending with more taxes off of your back. We have to live within our means here in this state, and that's one of my biggest goals this session, is getting a sustainable budget that doesn't raise taxes, that reduces spending and lives within its means, and still prioritizes our key core functions of government. Now, going forward, we've also seen some pretty bad bills that would restrict your constitutional rights. Things like restrictions on your freedom of speech, things like restrictions on your Second Amendment rights. And obviously, I will continue to stand against those restrictions on your constitutional rights. We have a long fight ahead of us in the 105-day session this year. So stay tuned for updates on those things as we go forward in the legislative process. You know, as we go forward, it's not just constitutional issues about your rights or budget and financial issues. There's a host of different problems that have really went unsolved, but we have an opportunity to solve some of those really big problems this year. Me and my seatmate, Representative Dan Griffey, for instance, supported and introduced a host of legislation that helps our communities, especially in the 35th, stop the unwanted release of sexually violent predators into our communities. We want public safety, and we're going to fight hard to make sure that we clean up drug encampments, homeless encampments, that we stop the scourge of fentanyl, especially not just on our streets, but behind closed doors where it's killing our kids. And also to make our education system better. I've introduced legislation to provide school choice, which is something that many people in our district have asked us for. I hope that bill can move forward, but it's a good starting place to have a conversation. Education dollars should follow the student around like a backpack on their back, so that families can choose the things that best fit the needs of their child in the education system. We want choice in all of our society. Education should be no different. We don't want to fund systems, we want to fund students. We don't want to have overbloated bureaucracies and terrible outcomes like reading, math, and science. We want the best outcomes for our kids. That's one of the biggest things we can do this session. But as we go forward, we do need to take care of our paramount duty, which is education, and that's why I've also started to fix our special ed system. We should fully fund special ed. They should not be treated like second-class citizens like all of the other students who are treated like first-class citizens in our state. Our special needs kids deserve everything that we can give them. They deserve the same education and the same educational outcomes as every other child in our state. So as we go forward, please continue to open these emails and listen to some of these videos and the different updates I'm giving throughout the session. And I look forward to seeing you in Olympia. Come visit me in my office and set up a meeting. We always prioritize our constituents over everybody else when they come to Olympia to come to talk to me and tell me their ideas. And it's really your ideas, and it's the things that matter to you that matter to me the most, and I need to hear from you. So as we go forward, continue to tell me what matters most to you. I represent you and not the other way around. This is your office, not mine. I'm just honored to be here to fight for you and be the bullhorn to elevate your voice here in Olympia. Thanks for watching.